거 있군요. readily, 손쉽게, 즉시, easily, effortlessly, quickly. In the experiment, rats readily learn to associate certain behaviors with rewards. Readily, keep going, willingly, without reluctance. When Nathan was offered a larger office, he readily accepted it. Advocate, 지지하다, promote, speak in favor of, argue in support of. The lobbyist is advocating the new bill in his letter to the senator. Advocate, 지지자, proponent, supporter, upholder. Norman Siseki was a strong advocate with defense spending during 9 terms in Congress. Utterly, 완전히, completely, totally. John enjoyed the movie, but he was utterly surprised by the movie's ending. Abound, 아주 많다, 풍부하다, overflow. Tame, be plentiful, be numerous. Wild dolphins abound in Canada's Bay of Fundy. Formidable, 어마어마한, 경외감을 일으키는. Impressive. The creation of the United Nations was a formidable achievement in international cooperation. Formidable, 만만치 않은, 감당하기 어려운, difficult to handle. For working parents, raising children is formidable. Enormous, 거대한, huge, very large, great, immense, vast, tremendous. China's enormous population poses a major challenge for the country's food production system. Disband, 해산시키다, dismiss, disperse, break up. The government has promised to disband the rebel group before the end of the year. Alleged, 추정의, supposed, assumed. Investigators interviewed the alleged victim of the crime several times. Renowned, 유명한, famous, celebrated, prominent, eminent. The renowned scientist was disgraced when it was discovered that he had lied about his work. Versatile, 융통성 있는, 다방면의, adaptable, flexible. Because of the ever-changing economy, the need for versatile workers is greater than ever before. Prohibitive, 값이 엄청나게 비싼, unaffordable, extreme, exorbitant. For most New Yorkers, the cost of an apartment in Manhattan is prohibitive. Option, 선택, 선택권, choice, selection. John had the option of learning German or French. Inherent, 타고난, 본래의, innate, built-in, essential, congenital. The need to be loved and recognized is an inherent part of human beings. Justly, 공정하게, 정당하게, rightfully, justifiably, lawfully. The judge justly sentenced the criminal to life in prison. provoke, 불러일으키다, incite, bring about, give rise to. At some point during their argument, Betty's rude attitude provoked Sam's anger. Impermeable, 침투되지 않는, 통과시키지 않는, impenetrable, impervious. Shale is a compacted sedimentary rock that is more impermeable to water than sandstone. Momentous, 중대한, significant, major, meaningful, substantial. The signing of the Declaration of Independence was a momentous occasion in American history. Forestall, 미연에 방지하다, prevent, hinder, avert. The Union leader forestalled a riot by telling the strikers to disperse. Therefore, 그 결과, consequently, as a result, thus, hence. Giles was constantly falling asleep in history class and therefore scored very poorly on the final exam. Persuade, 설득하다, convince, induce. Then persuade Nancy to go to Italy with him for vacation. Proximity, 가까움, closeness, nearness. Proximity to a good school is a vital consideration for parents that plan on relocating to a new city. Dependable, 신뢰할 수 있는, reliable, trustworthy. A successful president typically has a dependable staff that offers advice and guidance. Ensuing, 뒤이은, 다음을, subsequent, following, succeeding. The earthquake and the ensuing aftershocks destroyed much of San Francisco in 1906. Appreciably, 상당히, noticeably, significantly, considerably. The temperature dropped appreciably this morning. Obligate, 의무를 지우다, 강요하다, force, coerce, compel, constrain. Must stage obligate companies and other organizations to apply the minimum wage law. Wholesale, 대규모의, extensive, mass. The oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico caused the wholesale destruction of the marine ecosystem. Wholesale, 모조리, 통틀어서, completely. The editor's suggestions regarding the document were accepted wholesale. Dweller, 거주자, inhabitant, resident, occupant. City dwellers tend to have a higher cost of living than those residing in the country. Tacit, 무한의, 암묵적인, implicit, implied, unspoken. The two countries made a tacit agreement to end the war, but they did not actually sign a peace treaty. Resolve, 해결하다, settle, find a solution for, solve. In some cases, mediators can help parties resolve legal disputes without going to court. Merit, 칭찬할 만한 가치, value, worth, virtue. The great merit of the poems is that they make us aware of previously unperceived possibilities. Notion, 개념, 견해, concept, general idea, opinion, view. The notion that one is born as a blank slate has long been abandoned by most psychologists. Synthesize, 통합하다, integrate, combine, coalesce. A financial analyst must be able to synthesize data from a variety of sources. Spectrum, domain, range, scope, extent. A Renaissance man possesses a broad spectrum of interest that includes the academic and the artistic. Stream, rhythm, flow, current. It was difficult for the plumber to tell where the stream of liquid was coming from. Rupture, 파열되다, 찢어지다, burst, break apart, split, tear. Patty's eardrum ruptured due to the sound of the explosion. Rupture, 불화, bridge, discord. The rupture in Amy and Diana's friendship was resolved after Amy apologized. Suppose, 미리 가정하다, assume, suppose, presume. Higher-level chemistry courses presuppose that students have a basic knowledge of chemical structures. Well-to-do, 부유한, wealthy, affluent, rich. In the early days of air travel, flight tickets were so expensive that only well-to-do people could offer them. Appeal, 간청하다, plead, request, ask, beg. The students appealed to the professor for more time to study for the exam. Accurately, 정확하게, correctly, precisely, exactly. Many doctors use electronic thermometers to accurately determine their patients' temperatures. Fastidious, 까다로운, demanding, choosy. The director would film the same scene hundreds of times because he was so fastidious. Contraction, 감소, 축소, reduction, diminution. For most companies, a contraction in sales can mean a huge loss in revenues. Stimulus, 자극, 자극제, impetus, motivation, incentive, incitement. Jack's dream of owning a house is a stimulus for him to work hard. Trail, 뒤쫓다, 진행 과정 등을 추적하다. Follow, chase, monitor. A bearded man tracked Jane to her dormitory. Tame, 길들이다, domesticate, train. According to a recent study, dogs were first tamed in prehistoric Europe. Install, 설치하다, put in place, set up, position. Many cities have installed radar systems at intersections to discourage reckless driving. Chronicle, 기록, 연대기, record, history. Anne Frank's diary was a chronicle of her life during the Holocaust. Novel, 새로운, 신기한, new, innovative, unusual. Graphic calculators were highly novel in the 1960s. Isolated, 외딴, remote, solitary, secluded. Henry David Thoreau spent years living in an isolated cabin. Exposed, 드러난, no children, visible, revealed, uncovered. In the 19th century, it was considered shocking to see a woman with exposed ankles in public. Intermingled, 섞인, mixed, combined, blended. Toss the salad and chill it overnight until the flavors are intermingled. Succulent, 즙이 많은, juicy, pulpy. Aloe is a plant that stores water in its succulent leaves. Homogeneous, 동종의, 균질의, unvarying, akin. The new apartment building is composed of 100 homogeneous units. Era, 시대, period, epoch, age. The microchip initiated the era of the personal computer. Threat, vehicle, intention to harm, menace. Rabbits' large ears give them excellent hearing that allows them to detect any threat in their environment. Foul, 더럽히다, pollute, contaminate. During the Industrial Revolution, the smoke from factories fouled the air of many urban areas. Prey, 희생자, victim. Elderly people are often the prey of phone scams and identity theft. Practically, 거의, nearly. By the 1970s, brown pelicans were practically extinct in the U.S.